This is the 2025 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Malt Experiment, Amber Ale. Thanks to our sponsors. 5 Star Chemicals. Check out their new online straight-to-consumer homebrew shop where you can buy everything from Star San and line cleaner to the new liquid PBW that can be used at temperatures as low as 58 degrees Fahrenheit. Check out their online store at 5starchemicals.com/home-brewing. Beer and Wine Hobby Homebrew Supply Store. A local homebrew shop in Danvers, Massachusetts. Order any malt they offer in any quantity you want, and if you order before 11 a.m., they'll package your items and ship out the very same day. Visit the store at www.beer-wine.com. Let's get tasting. What's going on, guys? Nick Lesegor here, Exit 12 Homebrew in the house. I'm here with another beer review for the 2025 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Malt Experiment. A bunch of us brewed the same beer. The variable was a specialty malt in an amber ale, and then we packaged up. We sent it to the hub. The hub took all the beers, sent them out to all of us, and so we all get to try different variations of this amber ale. The beer review today is going to be of my boy and yours, Brookside Brews, Sean Z. That dude, recently celebrating a new promotion. He's a firefighter. Congrats, Sean. Amazing work, buddy. Very proud of you. He doesn't care if I'm proud of him. Let's be honest. He's bigger than me in more ways than one, and he's more handsome than me. But with that said, Sean's variable was New York grown honey malt. So honey malt is a malt that's pretty common from maltster to maltster. The one from Gambrinus, for example, is made using a special process that develops distinctive flavors. This is a New York honey malt, so a local honey malt. Similar to almost Malloyden malt, you could say. 20 to 30 Lovibond. It really is bringing in honey, unique qualities like honey flavor. Sean coming in hot with the 12-ounce glass. I did do him a little bit dirty. I cleaned the glass, but obviously not good enough. Got some bubbles sticking to it. But with that said, a beautiful finger head. Let's take a look at the head closer. You can see some nice tightly packed bubbles on a really nice looking head. Very, very nice looking. So New York grown honey malt is interesting. I don't know if it was New York grown in the sense that it's a local malt store or maltster that he got it from, if he got it from a homebrew store that had it, or if it was a honey malt like from the farm in New York. I'm not really sure. With that said, you know, malt quality, malt flavor, not just for honey malt, for any malt, it varies from growing season to growing season. There are so many different factors. Any home brewer, you know, can tell you so many different factors go into the quality of a malt from growing season to season. It is the sun, the level of sun that the farm gets, the level of water that it gets. The growing season can depend on the soil, the terroir of the area. You can taste a honey malt from Gambrinus as opposed to a honey malt from the USA, and they could taste differently. There are so many things that go into it, so many different variables. This is New York honey malt. Whatever that means from the perspective of the actual malt, I'm not 100% sure. But what we can do is we can call Sean and see. Hey Siri, call Sean Egan.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Okay, Sean telling me to go F myself, no big deal. He's probably working. Guy's got a new promotion. He's probably much busier than he normally is. No big deal, and he's a busy guy to begin with. So let's take a look at the color first. The color looks awesome, really nice. This is a very clear beer. Sean coming in with the 12-ounce can, which is very nice. Look at that bad boy. Very nice looking beer. A little bit lighter than the others, has a very light chill haze, I think. I did let this beer sit before I poured it, but the bubbles are just absolutely pouring from this beer. Look at that. A lot of bubbles coming up and really maintaining a nice quarter finger head there. Really nice looking. Let's get the nose. Oh, nice. Yeah, so for me, less candy sweetness, less biscuit, more like almost like an earthy honey sweetness, which would make sense. He added, I think, 8 ounces. Half-pound addition of honey malt in this beer. Yeah, there is something there I can't quite place. It has a grainy kind of character going on, like a homebrew grainy kind of character. The beer came in at 3.7%, 040 OG, 012 FG. Yeah, I may be coming back a little bit. It is maybe a little bit more on the candy sweetness kind of realm. I'm just trying to find the candy. That is a very distinct, like honey candy character going on, like nicely sweet. There used to be this, I don't know if they still make it. It was a honey, almost like a chocolate maybe, honey coated candy. Very, very old. I wish I could think of it. The candy I'm thinking of might have been the Bit-O honey, but I'm not 100% sure. For some reason, something else comes to mind. Let's get a sip. Sean, thanks so much for being in the experiment, maintaining that quarter finger head, very nicely carved, one of the nicer carved beers that we've had in the experiment so far. L'chaim. That is a very fun beer. I am getting that honey character on it. It is very nicely balanced though. It's washes off the palate quickly. Yeah. That is a steady Eddie beer right there. 3.7%, really nice, super easy drinking. I could smash this all day. Very nicely carbonated. That honey character, 8 ounces of honey, for me, generally is a lot for a beer, so you can definitely get it in this beer, I feel like. Has a nice, even sweetness throughout the beer. Admittedly, I'm not getting anything else. The honey kind of takes over the beer a little bit, but I do get on the middle to back end, I do get the bitterness, sort of like a nice earthy bitterness, which is nice. Yeah, really kind of sticky sweet honey, which is really, really nice. Okay, let's get into some ratings. Ratings time, ratings time. I am going to put, this is close. This is close. I think I'm going to put mine right barely above it. I mean, they're like 1A, 1B. I think the Red X goes above, and then Sean's is right there, right behind it. But I mean, they are like neck and neck. It is a hair, razor thin margin. I just think the Red X added a different complexity to the beer that the honey doesn't. Don't get me wrong, the beer is as good as it comes. Sean is a very talented, incredible brewer. I got the Spike Mill because of him and his review of it. We basically have the same system. We do. We both have the Brewzilla, and we both have the Spike Mill, as does Dave Big Dog. So the club has a slant, right? Overall, really, really well done beer, though. Always look forward to getting beer boxes from Sean. I don't send him enough, and I really should. But overall, a very well-made beer. Sean, thank you so much. I'm going to pour the rest of the can into this off camera and enjoy this with dinner. Thanks so much, everyone. Thanks, Sean, for entering the experiment, and thanks for watching. L'chaim.